The Ford Bronco may be one of the best options for off-roading, but it's an expensive one, way more than you might think. Beyond the sticker price, there's a whole range of different expenses that drive up the cost of ownership to unimaginable heights. Here are 8 reasons why the Ford Bronco isn't just expensive, it's a wallet-crushing disaster. Number 8. Purchase price, $55,000. First things first, let's look at that sticker price. The base model Bronco starts around $38,000. Sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. Nobody's buying the base model. Most people are going for at least the Outer Banks or Badlands trim, which puts you at $48,000 to $50,000 right out of the gate. And if you're eyeing that Raptor model, you're looking at a whopping $90,000. But wait, you want some actual options on that thing? The Sasquatch package, premium interior, better sound system? Now you're easily pushing $55,000 to $60,000 for a mid-level Bronco. So your starting price is around $55,000. That's your baseline. That's what most people are paying minimum to get a decent Bronco with the features they actually want. And don't forget, the dealer isn't just going to give you the sticker price. They're going to try to squeeze every penny out of you with dealer markups, especially for the more popular trims and colors. If you want that Cyber Orange or Area 51 Blue, prepare to pay even more. Number 7. Interest and insurance, $7,200. But now you've got to finance this beast, right? Most people don't have that kind of cash just sitting around. So let's be generous and say you get a pretty good interest rate of 5% on a 5-year loan. Doing the math, you're looking at paying an extra $7,200 in interest alone over those 5 years. Now we're at $62,200 and you haven't even driven it off the lot yet. And if your credit isn't perfect or interest rates tick up, that number could easily jump to $8,000 or $9,000 in interest. And what about insurance costs? The Bronco is no economy car, and insurance companies know it. The average insurance for a Bronco runs around $2,200 annually for full coverage. But that's for a middle-aged driver with a perfect record. Are you under 30? Prepare to pay at least $3,000 a year. And those insurance rates just keep climbing year after year. Let's say they go up 6% annually. Over 5 years, you're looking at roughly $12,400 in insurance costs alone. So now we're up to $74,600. Getting expensive, isn't it? And remember, one fender bender, one ticket, and those insurance rates will skyrocket even higher. Insurance companies just love to jack up those premiums on expensive SUVs, especially ones they know people take off-road. Number 6. Fuel cost, $12,500. The Ford Bronco isn't exactly winning any fuel economy awards. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost gets about 20 mpg combined if you're lucky. The more popular 2.7-liter V6, you're looking at about 18 mpg if you baby it. Driving the average 14,000 miles a year with gas at $3.20 a gallon, you're spending about $2,500 annually on fuel. Over 5 years, that's another $12,500 down the drain. We're now at $87,100. Feel that wallet getting lighter? We're talking about today's gas prices. If gas jumps back up to $4 a gallon, you can add a few thousand more to that 5-year total. And let's be honest, if you're buying a Bronco, you're probably not exactly hyper-miling it. You're probably stomping on that gas pedal and enjoying that turbo whoosh, which means your real-world MPG is likely even worse than these estimates. Number 5. Maintenance, $2,500. Oh, but we can't forget maintenance. Oil changes, tire rotations, fluid checks, all that fun stuff. The average annual maintenance on a Bronco runs about $500 according to the experts. But that's just routine maintenance. Over 5 years, that's $2,500. Now we've hit $89,600, and we haven't even gotten to the big stuff yet. And if you're taking your Bronco to the dealer for service, those maintenance costs could easily double. Plus, if you're actually using this thing for off-roading, you'll need more frequent service visits. That pretty undercarriage gets pretty dirty when you're actually crawling over rocks and through mud, and those components wear out a lot faster than if you're just cruising to the mall. Let's talk tires. Those beefy off-road tires on your Bronco? They are not cheap. A set of decent all-terrain tires will run you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 installed. And with the way most people drive these things, you'll be lucky to get 40,000 miles out of them. That means over your 5-year ownership, you're probably replacing those tires at least once, maybe twice if you actually take it off-road like the commercials show. Let's call it $1,800 for tires over 5 years, being conservative. We're now at $91,400. And remember, that's assuming you don't get a flat or damage a tire on those epic off-road adventures Ford keeps showing in their commercials. One damaged sidewall from a sharp rock, and you're looking at buying at least one new tire, maybe more if you want to maintain even wear. Number 4. Potential repairs, $1,000. The Bronco has had its share of issues, particularly with the hardtop, the 2.7-liter engine, and the infotainment system. Even if you're under warranty, you'll still be dealing with the hassle of taking it to the dealer, possibly multiple times. But let's say you're lucky and only have minor issues that cost you about $1,000 in out-of-pocket repairs over 5 years. That's being extremely generous given the problems these things have had. So we're at $92,400 now, and I'm being so generous with that repair estimate, it's practically a Christmas gift. Just browse through any Bronco forum and you'll see owners dealing with all sorts of issues that might not be covered under warranty. Hardtops that leak, doors that don't seal properly, electrical gremlins. The list goes on and on. Ford's first few years of production have had some serious quality control issues. Number 3. Customization trap, $2,000. But wait, if you bought a Bronco, you're probably not keeping it stock, are you? Most Bronco owners end up adding accessories and modifications. Maybe a roof rack, some auxiliary lights, floor liners, perhaps a lift kit or better bumpers if you're actually going off-road. Even being conservative, most owners spend at least $2,000 on accessories and mods over the first couple of years of ownership. That brings us to $94,400, and we've seen plenty of Bronco owners who've spent $5,000, $10,000, or even more on modifications. Once you start down that road, it's hard to stop. A little lift here, some bigger tires there, better lights, winch. Before you know it, you've spent enough to buy a decent used car just on accessories alone. And the worst part? All these mods often void parts of your warranty, so when something breaks because of that lift kit you installed, guess who's paying for those repairs? Number 2. Government's cut and depreciation, $18,700. Don't forget taxes and registration. Depending on your state, you're looking at anywhere from 5% to 10% in sales tax on the purchase price. Let's use 7% as an average. That's $3,850 in sales tax on your $55,000 Bronco. Then you've got registration fees, which can run $200 to $500 annually, depending on your state. Over 5 years, that's another $1,500 minimum, so we're adding $5,350 for taxes and registration. Now, we're up to $99,750. Still think that Bronco was a $55,000 vehicle? And if you're in a state with higher tax rates, or where registration is based on vehicle value, you could be paying significantly more. California residents, we feel for you. Those registration fees alone could be double what we've estimated here. What about depreciation? Sure, Broncos have decent resale value, with KBB estimating they retain about 66% of their value over 5 years. But that still means your $55,000 Bronco is only worth about $36,300 after 5 years. You've lost $18,700 to depreciation. But let's be fair, you would lose some money to depreciation with any vehicle. The question is how much more you're losing with a Bronco versus a more sensible choice. And all those modifications you made, most of them add zero value at resale time. In fact, some buyers might actually prefer a stock vehicle. So all that money you spent on customization, basically gone. Number 1, it's a 6-figure 5-year ownership, $100,000. So after 5 years of Bronco ownership, what have you really spent? If we add everything up, purchase price, interest, insurance, fuel, maintenance, tires, repairs, accessories, taxes, registration, and account for depreciation, you've effectively spent around $100,000 to drive this vehicle for 5 years. That breaks down to about $1,666 per month just to own and drive a Ford Bronco. Let that sink in for a moment. That's more than many people's mortgage payments. That's a nice rental property in many parts of the country. That's a college education for your kid. For that same money, you could have leased a luxury vehicle, bought a more practical SUV, and taken several amazing vacations with the money saved, or invested in something that actually appreciates in value. Heck, you could have bought a perfectly capable 4x4 SUV for half the price and still had money left over for actual adventures. But things aren't much better with Wrangler either, especially if we consider its numerous drawbacks. Check out this video about 8 problems with the Jeep Wrangler you can see on the screen now. The Bronco's key rival is way too problematic for an average owner. Thanks for watching and see you next time.